As we are coming to an end to this very long chapter, but a very necessary one, I want to talk about my own personal experience with regards to the effects of unified meditation on consciousness. I could go on with lots of examples, but then this chapter will even be longer. So I'll keep my examples few and short. I'll be giving my own personal experiences in each of the 13 components. I will not describe the theory because I have already done that before. As you can see on your diagram, I am referring to that triangle consisting of the five layers across which the 13 components of consciousness were divided earlier on. So let's begin. One of the most observable effect of unified meditation is that synchronicities will start to happen more often and they will be bigger in impact. As you will recall in the introduction chapter, I described to you that when I was in my university days, I couldn't stop myself from meditating. In the peak time, I meditated up to 8 to 10 hours a day. I couldn't stop for over 7 to 8 months. Well, after that, a synchronicity of gigantic proportion happened. I went to a temple on the top of a mountain in Nepal. I was frustrated because I was jobless. I was stubborn because I didn't want any type of career. I wanted to be a consultant, that also a management consultant. It had to do something with motivating people, but I didn't know exactly what it was. At 24, I was as messed up as anyone could be, but I had completed more than one full year of meditation. So I was on top of the mountain, and then I was about to return. There was an American guy walking in front of me on the same road. I was riding the bike. It was a long way down to the bus stop, and so I offered him a lift. Upon reaching his stop, we had a small chat over a Coke. Something happened, and he gave me his car and invited me to come to Singapore, where he had started a company. That also a management consulting company. In the next 6 months, we communicated, and I was working at his company as an intern. I learned everything that I needed to know about the consulting industry, the training industry, and about how to succeed in the organizational settings. I would like to say the rest is history. After that 4 year stint in Singapore with this American stranger I met on top of a mountain at the height of my frustration, after one full year of meditation, I returned to Nepal, and I was equipped with all the knowledge and skills required to navigate my exceptional, unique career. Fast forward 20 years, and here I am writing books with all the vast experience I gained from my consulting work, as well as training and motivating work. There are many more less dramatic synchronicities in my life. What I found out is they occur in a bigger magnitude after heavier meditation period of my life. Of course, some might say it is just pure coincidence, but maybe unified meditation helps to make the most benefit from coincidences. Either way, whether it is clever use of coincidence or real synchronicity, unified meditation and the way we see that event is very important. My life has always been marked with some periods where I couldn't stop meditating, that you already know from my story of meditation I told you in last chapter. Sometimes meditation when I was young made me a lovebird, love sick, you can say, and it would go on for a few years, and then again I would meditate, and a totally detached stage where that feeling of attraction or love disappears. When I was young, I used to feel overburdened by life. And then after a period of meditation, I would feel very light and carefree. So changes like this are a common occurrence when we do unified meditation. And all these lead to a very mature and wise state of feeling and thinking. Through every meditation practice, the thinking changes also. At beginning, it doesn't have to be better, but it is different. The illusion is always there. You'll always be confused, and I was always confused also. At one time, my meditation made me think that I'm going to be a billionaire, and I had to start a company, I had to do this and that. So I acted on that, thinking that it was my destiny to be an entrepreneur. However, it was just faux pas or a false step, you can say. Maybe it was a way for the universe to tell me that this was not the direction I had to go. I meet a lot of failures in my life, and most of the time I'm not bothered and I continue. But sometimes I know that a failure means that I have to quit. Similarly, my thought that I was to become a materialistic, capitalist supporting management consultant met with unexpected problems. Then I realized that it was for time for me to quit, and I went back into meditation. After coming out, my thoughts were totally different. Now I knew that that was not my direction, and I had to go on a more personal level. Currently, I'm focused on counseling and motivating college students to live a better life, more fulfilled, less problematic, more fulfilled life. What I'm getting at is unified meditation really helps us to change. And when you embrace change in the feelings and the thinking are inevitable. When I was 17, I had this vision that a special force filled me with knowledge like a computer through the years. And then there were books upon books being fed in my brain at that age. I was good in studies, but there was no way I could read that many books and those kind of books that I saw in the vision. I was not the smartest, nor I was a genius, but I did not like to be lazy, and most of all, I did not dislike studies. Fast forward 20 years, and I realized that that vision meant that my intelligence, learning capacity, memory, skills would reach heights beyond my comprehension or imagination in those days. And then the books that were fed in my brain made total sense now. They are the earphones that I wear through which I listen to audiobooks, and now they make up to thousands of them. I have this capacity whereby I don't have to read a book twice. So I understand everything that I read, and then I take the gist. I categorize some books as useless, some as useful, some are as very useful, and then some books are indispensable and they become part of my own philosophy. I attribute my capacity to learn to meditation. Of course, I could have been born a genius, which I did not know before, or maybe the practice of reading made me smarter. But I still think that meditation is at the root of all this. Unified meditation has helped me, or forced me, should I say, to change my attitudes, values, life concepts, and beliefs. This happens in tandem with life events, mostly of the negative kind. So it's a combination of synchronicities and life concepts. Like every teenager, I had lots of negativity in me before, and meditation slowly made me see the world in a more positive way. I was not coached by anybody at that time, but the internal dialogues started to change, and consequently my values changed. When I was young, I thought that I valued money like everybody else. But later on, I realized that I didn't value it. I valued time and happiness. You will say that people can change their values and concepts naturally over the age as they mature. It might be true, but I believe that meditation makes it faster and more controlled. And this is what happened to me. The effect of unified meditation on desires and lust has been dramatic in my life. I was not born a saint, but through meditation, without trying, my desires and lust became transformed, and basic desires got fulfilled, but harmful desires just died away. My lust got fulfilled, as I told you, in unconventional ways, and then it transformed into creativity, better personality, and the power to influence. Dreams play an important role for anybody who practices unified meditation. My major improvement in the capacity to remember dreams occurred in my meditation period during the corona stage when I was 46 years old. I wanted to be able to remember dreams as much as possible, like we would try to recall what we did since the morning up till the evening. We forget most of the details, like when we made a turn, or what we said to whom, or what we typed on the computer, or what we ate even. But we remember a few instances which are important. Well, at least this is what I wanted to practice. I wanted to master the art of recalling dreams, and unified meditation was part of the process. It helped me. Of course, it could have simply been a skill that I developed, but again, UM has its role in my capacity. So nowadays, since 4 years now, I note down my dreams every day. What I notice is that when I'm very tired with overexertion that day during the night, uh, it's not possible to remember the dreams. But when I am mildly not overworked, then I can recall the dreams. Whenever I am faced with fears because I do something foolish or risky, then I have the practice of meditating. I practice a certain technique whereby I'm able to transcend that fear within a short time. That fear doesn't affect me. The situation hasn't changed, but the fear isn't there. This technique works with the most dangerous kind of fear. Sometimes, even when the fear materializes and the worst happens, unified meditation would have prepared me, and I would just take it coolly. Maybe you think that I have nerves of steel. No, it's not anything like that. I'm afraid like anybody would be. It is just that through unified meditation, I'm able to feel secure because of some higher force that is protecting me, I guess. Maybe there is some inner changes that is occurring in the pranic system that we'll discuss in a short while. But the fear just stops affecting me. Whenever I work, which is mainly on the stage in front of people as they're observing me, sometimes a dozen eyes, sometimes 100 eyes, what they notice is something odd with me. They cannot understand how I do not get tired even after 8 to 10 hours of standing in front of them. That energy that I have is not something that blasts like a bomb. Even for those who are seeing me in this video, I'm consistent. I don't get into bursts and booms. I am like this at the beginning and I am like this at the end. So I know that this consistency in my energy is due to my meditation practice. When I sit in meditation, I just visualize myself with a bubble which cannot be burst. despite all the disturbing forces that are outside. It's not that I'm not concerned about them, but I know that it is futile to tackle them while I am working in front of all these people who are expecting me to deliver. No, I just postponed the solution to those disturbing forces for a later time. And in my meditation, after that program, I tackle the issues and solve the problems. So basically, my meditation has enabled me to delay any effect of disturbing forces in me. Even as I speak, I know that it's my years and years of practice of unified meditation that has given me this bubble that cannot be punctured. Creativity is highly related to the brain wiring, which we'll discuss later on. It is a synthesis of the various parts of the brain that will lead to a new idea. Unified meditation offers a dramatic improvement in creativity. For example, if I sit in meditation with a problem and after 1 hour I try to find the solution, my brain would have come up with an unthinkable, highly creative solution. That said, it doesn't mean that this solution will be ready for implementation, but it is the stepping stone to the more logical and correct solution that I would actually be implementing. One day, a couple cannot stand 1 second without one another, and the other day, they can't stand each other. So, attraction and repulsion change whether we do meditation or not. That is mainly because of our whimsical nature and our fickle minds. But unified meditation has got a bigger, systematic, long term plan which requires us to do certain things and not to do certain things. What if, for example, you are supposed not to drink alcohol, but you are attracted to the taste of alcohol and the effect of alcohol? That's a big problem, and thus becoming sober is a very uphill task. Now, what if somehow you sat in meditation and suddenly you were repulsed by the smell of alcohol, by the side effects of alcohol, or even the first confidence boost of alcohol? You would not know why it occurred, but it just occurred. Then stopping yourself from drinking wouldn't be hard, would it? That would be a downhill climb. So this type of changes in what we are attracted to and what we are distracted to is very common in unified meditation. The only difference compared to being fickle minded is that it has a purpose, a bigger purpose. When I was in Singapore at the beginning, I was attracted to the nightlife. I was earning money and I was old enough not to get in trouble. But I went there not because wanted to learn something only, but because I was really attracted by that life of the night. Mind you, even then I didn't use to drink because I'm not attracted to drinking. I'm repulsed by it. So I learned a lot of things and experienced a lot of people and situations. But then later on, I realized that I had missed out so many things, like traveling during the day and going to new places and experiencing life of sunlight. This need for change made me meditate during that period. However, it was not such a long period of meditation. But slowly, I was repulsed by the nightlife. I found my own reasons, like the smoke, the aggressive nature of the people, and so on. Now, this new repulsion catapulted me to traveling the world and not going back to the nightlife. Again, it was nothing that I forced myself to, it's just this natural repulsion occurred. This is an example of what unified meditation can do for you. Unified meditation affects your pranic nervous system and brain wiring. Naturally, you cannot see them, but we can know the effects from the above components and the changes that occurred in them. However, I will tell you my secret, knowing that you are mature enough not to misuse this information. Even if you tried, you will not be able to anyways. I could sense that my pranic system changed because of the zaps that occurred in the various centers of consciousness or COCs. So the electric shocks would radiate from the particular COC throughout the body, and I could feel that there was a change in the circuitry. That change occurred both in the body and as well as in the brain itself. Again, most of the people will be super scared if this occurred to them, but having retained my memory from past life with regards to this matter, I was pretty cool about it, and it didn't affect me. The changes in the circuitry and the wiring is still occurring. And the beautiful thing is, I am able to both witness the change at that level and at the level above, like in the mind and the intelligence and even synchronicities. That is the level layer 1, 2, and even 3. I have thought a lot about how my genes have been affected by unified meditation. I know that something has changed at the genetic level, but exactly what, I don't know. I have been practicing meditation long before I fathered my son. So, if my theory about genes is correct, then there should be some impact in him. I have not seen any such impact though. So, maybe my theory is a mistaken one, but definitely there is something there at the genetic level. Time will tell. Unified meditation has created lots of ESPs in my life. For example, when I was 17, I developed clairvoyance, telepathy. Then again, I just dropped those psi skills. I developed the ability to create egregores or spiritual entities. You can read more on the topic of egregores through a Google search. But again, I dropped that. So there are so many soul senses I developed over the years. Every meditation period leads to a new set of ESPs. Either they are short lived or I choose to drop them. I'm not sure, but I do not like to live with these ESPs. They are burdens, and they chain you to a past and prevent your success in your meditation journey. I dropped my ESPs all the time, but many people hang on to them at their own detriment. In unified meditation, the idea is to drop them. I experienced hundreds of zaps when I was 17 in the various center of consciousness in my body, and they never really stopped. When I was very materialistic, there were few, and again when I became spiritual they increased. Those electric zaps coincide with changes in the circuitry and the wiring, which again leads to changes in the above layers. It's remarkable. Unless you experience the effect of unified meditation yourself, it's hard to believe. But now that I've made open to all of you, millions of you, the experience is for you to grab it. I've went to such extent that I have categorized the electric zaps or kundalini into various magnitude levels. Some are mild, some are very shaking, and some are so explosive that they actually create physical vibration, leading objects to make quaking sounds or even small things to fall. Many people would confuse that to ghost, but it's no ghost. Ghosts are not able to affect your chakras or center of consciousness. They could have power to make you feel a sense of touch, but they can't affect your circuitry. So I end this section. I shared lots of my own personal things. My warning to you is do not try to emulate me, and let unified meditation flourish in you in its own ways that is unique to you. Take whatever I said only as a reference and not as a destination.